Well, we're just getting the stream started. So it'll be just a moment. Please be patient. But we love you guys. That's why we always start you first. Let's see. We're getting there. Okay, let's see. I have you in my ear. Make sure this is all seems right. Seems right. That was quick. Gosh. Mercy. Well, here we go. Hey, everybody.
Hey.
Good to see you. I'm going to sneeze. Oh, my gosh.
You've been sneezing all day.
I know. There's some sort of pollen in the air, but I'm so glad to be here tonight. We're going to have some fun. We have a giant turtle to show you.
Yes.
It's currently sitting in the studio over there on the giant work table. It's pretty much filling the thing up. It's huge. And I have the painting that I was working on last week, and it's all finished. And so I wanted to show that to you. And we have a birthday here at the house, a certain celebrity named Eagle. She's my guide dog. So she had a birthday this week, and so we just wanted to, or last week. So we just wanted to, in between the shows, so we wanted to wish her a happy birthday, and we have some cute puppy photos. And
yes. I'm obsessed.
And some trivia and some funny pictures to look at, paintings and stuff, and then we're going to paint. So we have some stuff we're going to be doing. So Jackie's getting all the streams started and everything. So if this is your first time here, we usually stream on Facebook and in YouTube as well. And we'll start it on my art page, and then we share it over to my personal page. And so if you see it anywhere, it should be the same. Hopefully this week we'll be able to read the comments on all the streams. Sometimes, for some reason, because it's on like 3 different streams, some of the comments don't come through to us. So if we don't see your comment, I apologize. You might try commenting again, or sometimes the comments, we get them at the end of the show after everything is over, after our stream. And that's frustrating and always feel bad. But if we don't comment on your comment, we might not have seen it. So I apologize. We're at the whims of the Facebooks and the YouTubes.
Technology.
Yeah, technology.
Well, Ron Captain joins us and says, "Hey guys, happy Tuesdays."
Hey, Ron.
Hey, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks. Well, today's been a kind of a nutty day. We
Yes.
So tonight is Attack of the Giant Turtle, and that's and you probably know the backstory a little bit better.
Okay, you want me to tell it?
Yeah, if you would, and once you tell the backstory, then I'll tell the FedEx story.
Okay.
Or you could roll it into the FedEx story. I don't know.
I mean, it's all fascinating. So John was approached by the Palm Coast Arts Foundation in Florida, and they are having a bunch of local to Florida artists paint these giant sea turtles that you guys will see in a second. And then they're like fiberglass sea turtles, and then they're going to position them around the city. But the other artists are doing famous painters like Van Gogh, Degas, Monet, and just recreating sort of that feel on the turtle. And an eye company is one of the sponsors of one of the turtles and wanted John to paint John style on the turtle, and so they shipped the turtle all the way here to Texas.
It's massive.
Came through FedEx, and that was a bit of a thing.
Yeah. So should I follow up with the FedEx story?
Yeah.
FedEx were really, really nice. But it was FedEx Freight, so it wasn't like the normal FedEx that just comes to your door. It was a freight company, but the turtle was so big that they didn't have a lift to lift it out of the truck. Like their freight trucks, couldn't lift the turtle, and which was strange. But fortunately, though, we have an art truck that has a massive lift on it. We don't necessarily always need it for art or anything, but we bought the truck used, and we wanted a truck that had a lift, and the lift on it just happened to be a massive lift. So I was like, oh, good,
So
score, win. But So it's a massive lift, and so we thought, oh, it's no problem. We'll go up to the FedEx thing. We'll get it. But the dimensions that we were given were off. So we went up there with the art truck, and we unloaded about half the art truck. We thought, oh, that's plenty for the dimensions that we were given, And then we got up there, and it was like, and they brought the pallet out. And it was like, oh my goodness, this is going to fill up the whole back of the truck. So we said, give us an hour. So we drove back to the studio and unloaded everything out of the truck. Which was kind of nice. We haven't done that since we had the truck, I think.
Well, I periodically organize it and clean it. And so
I don't. But you're great. But you actually got a broom and you swept it out. Like, it was so nice. And then, so it was actually, it turned out to be a great thing, and, it was a beautiful day. So it wasn't that, it was like a terrible thing or anything at all. So we drove back, and then, it just added like an extra hour and a half maybe on our day. And so we drove back, and we got the turtle. Brought it back here, and then we're able to get it into the studio. So it's sitting on a giant table kind of behind you there. Every once in a while, if you see me look down, like I'm looking like, what's like if something's about to explode in my lap, it's because there's a PC, like a tower down here. I think the power on the tower, the fan thing on it.
The power.
It's a massive tower, and it has like 4 or 5 fans inside the thing to cool it down, and water cooled and stuff. But one of the fans is going out, and once in a while it goes like clink, 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 and I kind of expect it to go.
Well, Owen has joined us, and he says, "You guys get a pet turtle? LOL." No.
For a little while.
Kim Tyler joins us, says hi, hey, thanks for tuning in. And then Owen says, "What city in Florida, and when is this?" It's Palm Coast, Florida. So it's like a area right above Ormond Sea or Daytona, I believe.
And it'll be there for quite a while. Like we have about 6 months to get. 6 months. We have about 6 weeks to get it painted, and then sent back to them. And then it's going to be the summer, I guess, that they're gonna be displayed all over, that area. So it'll be really cool. I think it'll be fun. I've seen that in other cities, like in Dallas. You were mentioning they had Pegasus or Pegasi or whatever, they had winged horses all around the town.
Yeah, in different cities periodically. So
and in Louisiana they had some cool alligators that some artists painted up really cool, and that was fun. But here I want to show you some pictures of the turtle. So
let me say really fast, I think it's Shin that's joined us, says very interesting to see you and hear the story of the giant turtle.
Oh, thank you. Attack of the Giant. Oh yeah, and I have no idea what I'm going to paint. If you guys get ideas, Jackie had some cool ideas. I have some ideas, but I'm not sure what we're going to do. So if you guys have some cool ideas, I'd love to hear it. Last week I was working on a dancer, a ballerina, and I finished it. So here, let me, before I show that though, let me show you this is the first drawing. And I posted on social media. So this was the preliminary drawing of the ballerina. And then this is her now. And she's probably a little big for this, so I'm gonna tilt it. But so a lot of color. So that's the way she turned out, and she already has a happy home, and she'll be shipped out the next day or so. So she'll be going to her new home. But I just wanted to share that with you guys because I started that on here. Let me see, where am I? So, but that's where it started though. Just that black and white drawing, and it was a negative drawing where all the blacks in the drawing turned into whites, and all the whites turned into black.
Why did you do it that way? Why not just start with white?
And let me bring her back. Da-da-da. Dun-da-dun-da-da. Why, good question, Jackie. I'm so glad you asked. Here, let me show you. So, here, let me go back to this. So, you see, I'm trying to point to the drawing. so you can see in the drawing. Okay, everywhere that it's black, it's very raised up. It has a strong tactile sort of feel, and that makes it so whenever I put the white down, and it may be hard to see on the camera, but there's parts of the white where it's very, very thick, like it's solid white, but there's other parts where it's a little bit more see-through, and it's almost sort of a lacy kind of feel. So you get like a different sort of feel for it. So I'm gonna hold it up, but I don't know.
That makes
with these
sense.
cameras, it's probably kind of hard to see it, but in real life, with your eyeballs or your fingers or however it is that you feel stuff, that's it has more of a delicate sort of feel. So that's That's why I did that.
Well, Owen said, I know in Cincinnati they have painted pigs for some reason. Yes.
Oh.
They do have painted pigs. I should know this. I was born there, but I don't know why it's
Huh, I wonder
Cincinnati.
why. Maybe barbecue?
I don't know.
Does Sensei have a first name? OSCAR? Oh, here, let me show you guys real quick while this is up. So it's somebody's birthday this week.
Oh my goodness.
Eagle.
Okay, so I should say, on yours, okay, we actually know, we have contact via Facebook of the puppy raisers of Eagle. Her name is Veronica. And she posted a picture of this on Eagle's birthday, which was April 9th. And I honestly have never seen a puppy picture of Eagle, so I was like freaking out. Absolutely adorable, because Eagle, even though she's an adult dog now, she acts like a puppy, and she probably will until, like, the day she does. So
yeah, and whenever you get a guide dog, they're like 2 to 3 years old, so you never see them as a puppy, so that's special. And
yeah, so good. And then once I was like, oh my gosh, I've never seen a picture of her when she was, because we didn't have any pictures of Echo.
Yeah,
I mean, I think Echo was raised in the prison.
Well, partly like during the week, and then on the weekends she went to the school, and then she went to a family. So it was,
okay.
So Echo had a few different things going on.
A torrid past. And but this is so cute.
Raising the prison.
She did her prison days. And so this is super cute because it's Eagle and her notoriously long tongue that likes to lick everything, and she's licking her chops, and this is absolutely adorable. And I think John needs to paint a puppy picture of Eagle now.
Yeah, I did an adult picture of her with her tongue out trying to lick somebody, and it's funny that this is the that you said, like, this is the photo with her. She has her tongue out in it.
Yeah.
So she's always been this way.
Well, I should say Lori has joined us and says, you are both amazing and incredible. Thank you all for what you do. Thanks for tuning in. That's really sweet. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
And Kim says maybe an inclusion or accessibility theater for your turtle.
Ooh.
That'd be cool. I don't know where they're going to put it, like where outside. I think they're going to have like a turtle walk. And so it'll be on a map that you can get at the Arts Foundation, and then you can walk around the, coastal area and check it out. So that would be really cool though. And then Ron says they want it painted in your style, so they think you are now a Van Gogh or Monet. Yes.
Well, I mean.
But of course.
Yeah, but of course. No, but that's a huge honor that they wanted me to do that, and that's so sweet of them. And I think it's really cool too that that it's going to be an artist with a disability, that's that. So it's like putting, I don't know. I mean, it's nice to be able to underline artists with disabilities, put it on a par, I mean, I don't know. But it was really, really cool. That's really, I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully it'll turn out, it could be a horrible thing. I could be slapping everybody in the face with like, blah. No, it'll turn out. I'll make it good. I promise. Oh, yeah. But I want to show you it.
Oh yeah,
turtle.
Okay, so it's inside a wooden pallet. This was what was funny about it is the FedEx people, when they called to say they couldn't physically bring it to the house, they were like, it's like a turtle, and so it's just encased in like pallets and padding, and yeah. So we finally got it to the house, backed it down the alleyway, and John took the top off so that we could lift it out. And it's not that heavy because it's fiberglass, but the pallet and everything made it kind of crazy. So
yeah, it's just hollow and.
So it's big. It's big.
Yeah, its head is bigger than my head. So, I got a big head. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, it's got to fit my enormous ego in here. So, that turtle, I can't imagine what his ego's like. Is it a he? Do you think? You think it's a boy or girl? I never flipped it over to find out.
It's a girl.
Is it?
Yep. So Barb joins us and says, I haven't seen you in a while. Both of you look even better than before the pandemic.
Oh, thank you. Wow.
I have crazy hair. I appreciate that. Can't get the color out. Anyway, and then Lori says, would you please think about coming to Florida to teach a class?
Oh man, I'd love to.
That would be awesome. I want, my mom's favorite vacation spot is Ormond Beach, because her best friend lives out there. So I know once this thing is installed and everything's calmed down that there will be a trip, at least to go see the turtle, and I will drag John with me.
Yeah, I love Florida. I think I've only been there once or twice, and it's been for like art things.
Yeah.
And I want to say it was just Miami.
Probably.
I
think I've only been there twice. Once for art with you, and then once to visit family.
Okay, then I've
Tampa
probably
Bay.
only been there once then.
So.
Unless I went by myself, but I doubt that. Usually, if I get to travel somewhere that's, I don't know, got a beach or something, you're like, oh, you know what, you need someone to go with you on this trip. But if it's to a cornfield, it's like, you know what, you're fine. You're fine. You don't need any help on this one.
Well,
It's because she's smart. Let me show you guys really quick, and then what I've been working on. This isn't for a commission. You got to mix it up, and I'm mixing it up. Look at this thing. What am I thinking? What's going on? What is this?
I think it's zany. It's cool.
It is zany. Thank you. So, I wanted to paint an eye, but I didn't want to do it like a normal eye. And then I was thinking about peacocks and the way they have like the fake eyes on their feathers. So I drew this, and I've been working on this a little bit. I haven't worked on it a number of days because I've been working on commissions, but I thought I'd put a little paint on it tonight. And actually, we're both kind of tuckered. Boy, we had a day. I'll tell you what.
It was a day.
It was a good day though. It was like, it's nice to get out, and with COVID, we spent a lot of time inside and just in the studio and then in the house parts and all that. But today was a lot of being outside, lifting things and stuff. Actually, working the muscles. And some of my muscles are like, "What are you doing? why are you bothering me? I thought we had an agreement. You weren't supposed to use me." So it's been a day. It's been good though.
And I was supposed to do. I'm trying to train for a marathon, which is ridiculous. But so today was my CrossFit day, which is just different from running, using the different muscles than from running. So I thought, unloading and loading the truck in a giant turtle counted. So we're gonna go with that.
Heck yeah, it does. Boy, I'll tell you what. Almost like flex my muscles, but I don't have any muscles. But I was gonna say, yeah, maybe I put on some muscle.
Well, Lori says you guys can stay here. Thank you so much. There's a museum that does art with just driftwood. It's amazing.
Ooh, that's cool.
That does sound really cool.
We've done a lot of work with museums. It's not too far fetched to, have a museum out there want us to do some workshops or something. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
We're actually doing some a talk with a museum next week at the Amon Carter Museum in Fort Worth. It's going to be virtual, but I'm really looking forward to that. I haven't done a museum talk in a while, with COVID and everything, and this is really, really cool. I love the Amon Carter Museum. So this is, I don't know, even though it can't be there in person right now, it's cool to kind of at least be over there virtually.
Yeah, it's going to be a good talk. I think it's going to be an interesting one. So
yeah, it'll be cool. It's about, and the talk's really cool. It's about, we're going to be talking about other art, like for other artists, but a bit of how jazz and how music and it can inspire art and the color and all that. So I don't know, it's going to be a different sort of talk, but I'll tell you guys more about it next week and stuff. I won't get into that, but it is going to be a lot of fun, and I think it's going to be interesting. So I want to share some of it, but not the talk, but what it's about, because it's a really interesting subject that they pulled up and said, "Hey, do you want to talk about this?" And I'm like, "Heck yeah, I do. That sounds awesome."
So what are you doing to this painting?
Well, what am I not doing? I'll tell you. So here's the thing. So it's very chaotic. So here's a problem with this painting. Which, when I say a problem, that's not a bad thing. It's just, in every artwork and everything that you do, there's things you've got to solve. So, which kind of makes it fun. If it was easy, where's the fun? What's the fun in that? So the fun part, the problem.
It's like a puzzle.
Yeah, it's like a puzzle.
Adventure.
So I want the feather with the actual eye on it to work with the other feathers, but I want it to be different enough so that as the different fronds and stuff, or not fronds, but what do you call it? Feather, the different strands, the different follicles, whatever they are. These things, I want, it's a technical term. This here, so whenever they're crossing and stuff, it looks different enough for the eye to be able to follow it. For for the composition, because it's a very busy composition. That was one thing that I wanted to do. So this is just a painting for fun for me. I wanted to break a rule, and one of the rules in composition is that don't make it too busy. You want it to breathe. You want some space. You want some negative space going in. And so in this one, I have lots and lots of stuff going in, but I'm trying to do it in a certain way so that maybe it'll work. So you're breaking the rule, but you're doing it in a way that works. That was sort of the challenge that I set myself in. But one way that I thought I could do that is by having different colors. But you don't want such different colors that it looks like a different bird. You want to think that all this is the plumage on the tail of one peacock. So that's kind of where I'm. And right now I know the blue around the eye is very, very different. That's because I just kind of went in and I just put in blue for it all, and I'm going to put in different colors.
So are you going to bring some of the yellows and purples into the eye, and then light blues over to the other quote unquote eyes?
I do, exactly. I think that's a really good way to handle it. And I think also after getting all this color in, it's still going to look very probably jumbled. So one of the ideas I was going to do, so I have all the color here. I got the basic color. Now I'm going to start carrying other colors in from the other feathers. Now when I'm done with that, the next step will be to go in with whites and blacks. So I can color it all in, but then I can go in and add more separation between all the feathers by adding in white. And that's not all going to happen tonight. I'll be honest. Like this is something I may be working on for a little while. I'm doing it for fun. All paintings are for fun and for your. But every is Kylie on here? Have you seen Kylie?
Not yet.
Okay. I was wondering. I did a talk with a group that Kylie's a part of, and one of the things that I was mentioning in that was that you got to challenge yourself. You've got to be able to fail. Like failing has got to be okay. So one of the things I try to do with pretty much every painting I do is to try to do something that's a little a little different. So this one I'm trying to break that rule of having negative space and all that. But here, you know what? Before I do that though, I want to show my Uncle Wendell is nuts. He's a good kind of nuts. He's so funny. He's one of those people when you're around you just can't help but laugh. And he shared a thing on Facebook yesterday, but it was about it's this trend that's going on where people will take famous paintings and then they'll alter them, like they'll paint into them, they'll print them out or something.
Yeah, they're not necessarily famous. They can be, but what a lot of people are doing is they'll go to thrift shops and buy paintings from there that are like the picturesque, and you could easily put them in a museum and they'd blend right in because they're kind of that way. And then they'll go in and they'll alter them. And it's a whole cool Facebook group. Like, it's hilarious.
Well, that's crazy. Well, I took like 6 of them. I don't know what the images are. So I don't want to spend a whole lot of time, because, you guys have probably seen this sort of stuff. But I thought it might be fun just to look at a few. Maybe you could quickly describe what the scene is. And then, we'll just see. Maybe we'll get a chuckle out of it. I don't know. We'll see.
Okay. So this is a woman that is holding up a bottle. I believe it's a little bit far from me right now, but in the distance is the green ghost from Ghostbusters.
Slimer,
yeah. And Slimer's like off in the distance. Oh, and she's okay. I see what's happening now that it's closer to me on the computer screen. It's like this sort of old timey painting, almost Renaissance-esque, and she's she's got the thing painted on her back, like the Ghostbusters thing.
Oh, the proton pack?
Yeah, and she's holding it up like she's gonna hit it at Slimer, and all the chairs knocked over, but I think the only thing that the person added was the pack and Slimer. Oh,
that's cool.
So that's pretty hilarious. Awesome. I like that one.
You can't tell I've watched Ghostbusters a few times, can you?
You're a nerd.
Who are you gonna call?
You're a nerd.
What's this one?
Oh, okay. So this is like your typical sort of, forest scene, but they have painted the Scooby-Doo van driving through it. So, but what's so great about this one is that they've matched it to like the style of the painting. It's almost like a mix of palette knife and regular, brush.
Wow, that's cool.
And they've put it in there. It's kind of with the same feel. I dig that. That's hilarious.
That's pretty cool. Roast Raggy. That's cool.
Okay, and this is like a old timey beach scene, with some rocks and stuff, and then to the right is SpongeBob and Patrick, and they're like running, like exuberantly running towards the shore, towards the waves.
Oh.
Which and again, they match the feel of the painterly strokes. At least Patrick does.
That's awesome.
So that's pretty cute. I like that.
That's cute. I've lost count.
Oh, and this is like a straight on shot of a building, and it looks to be like maybe a French sort of quarter. I don't know, flat front with like three layers, and it's got a window in the front, and standing in front of the window, it's like a cafe in France, and standing in front of the window is the four dudes from what do you call that show where they would always stand outside and drink beer? What was that show? They stood on the thing, and Bobby and
King of the Hill.
King of the Hill, that's it.
Propane propane accessories.
Yeah. So it's those four dudes just standing outside the cafe, like.
That's funny.
Okay.
That's funny.
It's what's great about these is that it's not like they've just arted them in.
Uh-huh.
Like one of them is behind the chair.
Oh wow.
And it's like legit looks like it was painted that way.
Wow, that's funny. That's cool.
Okay, and this is another sort of picturesque, landscape scene, but in the like upper left-hand corner is a house. And in front of the house is a riding lawnmower with a stormtrooper on it.
Oh, nice.
That's pretty good. I like that. So,
man. So what do you think with that stormtrooper? Do you think he lives there, or do you think he's?
Oh no, he's help.
You think?
Oh yeah.
It could just be like his normal Saturday afternoon.
Well,
like,
Darth Vader. I should say I just noticed this, but in the side is Darth Vader watching. So it's probably Darth Vader's summer home.
You better do a good job there,
yeah.
Mick Trooper.
Yeah.
I think that's it. Is there?
Oh, there's one more. Okay, so this is you should show this to Jack. This one is a tunnel. It's like a park sort of scene with a big tunnel that you would walk under, kind of like in Manhattan. That kind of feel. And but riding through the tunnel and coming out are Mario Kart characters.
Ooh!
And
That's funny.
Yeah, that's pretty cute. That's pretty cute.
That's funny. Mario Kart was kind of past my vision time with all that, but I definitely know about it. But that tunnel, like you mentioned, like in Central Park, that's the first thing that I thought of when you said a tunnel, like in a park. And then But I remember whenever we were there and doing a talk at the Met, and we were walking through Central Park at night, and we had that tunnel, and couldn't help ourselves. We're like, Warriors, come out and play. Wonder how many times people have walked through the tunnels and done that. So I think that's it. Is this things?
Yes.
Okay.
That's the first question.
I'll wait on that then. Bang.
So.
Okay. Well, thank you for describing that. That's
those
cool.
are cute. I'm definitely have to show that one to Jack.
So if you guys didn't enjoy that, you can blame my Uncle Wendell.
I've seen a lot of those where they'll have these picturesque scenes, and then they'll paint in this dystopian sort of, robots taking out, the buildings or destroying the home or something. That's
cool.
Pretty cute. I like that.
That sounds cool. So, are those copyrighted? Do you think? I mean, like, does somebody make those and sell them, or is that just for kicks and giggles, or I wonder what the deal is.
I don't know. I know that there are artists that sell them. I don't know those particular ones that we were looking at. I don't know, but I know that people out there will sell them because I've stumbled on them and you can buy them.
Okay.
So I think it's a pretty popular thing to do. But again, it's a Facebook group. I think you can join and look at the craziness or even contribute. Who knows?
Well, that's cool, because I was wondering, like, whenever we open our gallery art bar, I wanted to have, of course, like the 99% of the art's going to be real art and all that. Not that that's not real art, but I don't know. I thought, like, if there was like some different places where it was like decoration or something.
Yeah.
Or places that were just sort of like, I don't know, like in the bathroom, or that'd be kind of fun.
That's great. Well, Lori said, I'll try to send you guys a picture, speaking of the driftwood art. So that'd be cool. And then Linda has joined us and says, thanks for sharing. Thanks for joining.
Yeah. So I'm just adding a little purple in around the eye because I have a lot of yellow and purple on the feathers on the outside. So now I'm just trying to incorporate some of that feeling in here. And if it looks a little willy-nilly, that's because I'm trying to be a little willy-nilly with this. And willy-nilly is a technical term. It means you don't really know what you're doing, but you fake it till you make it.
There you go.
Now, I'm just adding a bunch of colors in because I just want to incorporate some of those colors, but I don't want the feathers to be so like uniform, where it's just like one after the other and everything is perfect. So I figure a good way to do that is I have a lot of these black lines to act as guides, and then I'm just going in and putting a little bit of color here and there. So in my mind, I kind of have an idea of what I'm doing, but I'm adding a little titanium white to it, some dioxazine purple, and I'm just going in, just adding a little bit of color here or there. Then I'll go in with some deeper yellows, and I'll do it like that over there too.
Nice.
Yeah, we'll see. One of the nice things about using the yellow and the purple together is that they're complementary colors, so they'll both make each other pop. The yellow will make the purple look brighter, and vice versa, which is pretty cool.
So are you going to leave the background white behind it?
Yes.
Cool. I think that'll look good.
Yeah, thank you. And I'm going to loosen it up too. Like I'm going to add some white. Like all this right now is just solid color, but I'm going to go back in and add some white, and then I'm going to add some blacks too. So and what that'll do is it'll help intensify the color. Like having blacks that are purely black and having whites that are purely white, it helps the eye, I think, be able to focus a little bit better. Like let the color kind of go along the spectrum. If that makes sense. It's it's funny, but like whenever you put one color next to another color, it changes both those colors. But if you can put the color next to like a solid black or a solid white, it sort of resets it in a way, like it makes it purer. That's at least that's what I think. I said that like I knew it. but
it's a fact.
It's a fact. But that's what I feel because in color theory, like whenever you're working with different colors, like I was mentioning about how the yellow and the purple, they change each other in the way that the Impressionists would use broken color, where you might put like a blue and a yellow next to each other, and even though you're not making a green, you have a little bit of blue, a little bit of yellow, and you have enough of it, and it's kind of going back and forth. In the eye, it mixes and makes green, which is weird, but that's what they use then. So being able to use like a white right next to it or black, I think it's like adding it stops that a little bit, so it makes the colors a little more pure. At least that's my thinking.
Crazy.
So you guys one day will have to tell me if that's true.
I think it's true.
Aww.
Well, Joyce has joined us and says that turtle was big. Can't wait for the finished product. You both will rock this. Love you both for your time. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, thank you so much, and thanks for the optimism. I'm looking really forward to.
I'm wondering if I can show the turtle on because it's in here. I'm gonna turn my.
I was gonna use Eagle's cam.
Here, I'm gonna turn it.
The place is a wreck.
Is right there. So my camera is now pointing at the turtle. Although I will say that it's really bright because it's solid white. But there you have it. It's huge. I'm gonna move me back now.
Yeah, and the table that it's on will hold. It's a huge table. It'll hold like I forget what it is, like 1,500 pounds or something. The turtle's not that heavy. It's just big.
Yeah. Yeah, so that'll be fun. I think what John should do.
Mm-hmm.
This is what and if you guys have ideas out there, we'd love to hear them. Obviously, I think on the top of the shell, John should do this like really beautiful, colorful coral reef, maybe around the rim, and then an octopus coming around, and because you could really work with like the curves of the shell. And like you won't get hung up that it's not super flat.
Oh, sorry, I'm getting paint all over my face.
And then for the fins and the head, the body, the flesh parts, I think he should paint it in his style, like it is a painting, So it'd just be like colorful, and the hues are actually in the color versus it being realistic. That's my opinion.
I think that's a really cool idea.
And I like the idea of the octopus because you can do any color with the octopus, and you can do a striking opposite color of like, you could do like an orange red octopus against like the bluish, ocean water. And
yeah, and
yeah,
it sounded like you said they sent a picture of one of the turtles that's been done, and they don't just like mount them flat.
Yeah.
So they're actually up on a thing where they're like waves and they're kind of going through or something. It sounds really...
Yeah, they're at like, I think they're at like a 30-degree angle or 35-degree angle.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so you've got to paint the bottom too.
Guys, this could be a start of a whole new thing. Maybe,
You gonna paint sculptures?
Yeah, maybe in the future I'll just paint turtles.
Yeah.
Or turtles and horses and dogs and...
Oh, and another thing we were going to take to the crowd. So John and I are obviously going to open this brick and mortar art gallery / bar situation, and we have names. We have multiple different names. John has a bunch of names. A bunch of names.
Pages and pages of names.
I swear. It's like, I think you have more names for this thing than you ever did come up when we were having a kid. So...
Well, the best name was rejected, so...
Oh, well, okay. That's probably what's going to happen again. So the name we're kind of leaning towards, or we're wanting to feel out from the crowd, is Bramblets Art on Tap.
In the space, it's going to be, the vision behind this space is that, it's going to be a working studio. Like, I work there and all, and we have a gallery, but it's also... Because most galleries now are also event spaces. That's that's how galleries kind of pay. But there's also DIY and sip and paint, and that's so much fun. We teach workshops all the time, so we thought, well, that's great. But kind of a new version of a sip and paint is one where they actually have the wine and the brewskis and whatever there, so you don't have to bring anything. Everything's there. There's and it's another way for the gallery to make money. That's not through the art, because any way that you can do that and not make money not through the art means that you can bring in artists that aren't necessarily like famous and stuff. Like they're have art that's really cool, but but they don't maybe they haven't been shown in a gallery before, and you can do that because if they don't sell the artwork, then it's okay. You still pay your bills. Everything is great. And
yep.
And that's one of the things we're really wanting to do. We're wanting to feature lots and lots of artists that have disabilities, and artists that haven't really been able to get out there and all that. But that's not a good business model for most galleries. So we wanted to make sure that we had a robust sort of business plan where we have workshops, we have all this stuff going on, and and it's a gallery. It's all this, and it's also a fun art space where you can actually sit around the art. You can lounge and take the stuff in and have a drink,
Yeah.
That'd be
so
fun.
my big vote is for it to be called Bramblets Art on Tap. And John wants to name it something with probably like 10 more words.
No, I came up with that. I came up with that idea, but Bramblets Art on Tap. And but I don't know. I mean, I'm wondering. The one thing I thought about, I like Art on Tap because because it's other people coming there, they're making art, they're but it's also my art, and it sounds fun. Like, it doesn't sound like the one thing we want it to be is a very welcoming and open sort of place where you go in and you feel comfortable. Where a lot of galleries and museums you go into, and it just feels so stuffy. It just you don't feel, I don't know, like you don't feel like yourself. So we wanted a place that was nice, but also you felt very welcome. And so having a name like Art on Tap, that, I don't know, it sounds a little, I don't know, more warm.
Yeah, more fun.
Yeah,
it's a party.
But so I don't know. But also though, want it to be a place where children are very welcome as well, and so I don't know, Art on Tap. Does that make it sound more like a art bar that does a gallery, or does it just sound like, oh, you've got creativity on tap and blah blah blah? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know if there's a solution. Well, Kylie has joined us and says, "Hey all, sorry I'm late. I had a lot going on tonight."
Well, hey Kylie, thanks for joining.
Thanks for joining. So she could be just in time for trivia.
Oh boy, so you're not too late.
Yeah.
Oh, and Kylie, I had a really good time last night on the with the talk. I talked to IDOS, which is a group in California, and had a really good time. Everybody there was so friendly, I wish with these talks and stuff, that you could actually be there in person and stuff. But it's great with the internets and with phones and all that kind of stuff where you can do that stuff and you don't have to be there. But one of these days, we're getting back out to California one of these days soon, I hope.
Heck yeah.
Well,
do you want to do this?
You want to play some trivia?
Let's do it.
Heck yeah, man.
I am going to stump you.
Okay, you did last week. You did a great job last week. Oh my goodness.
And this first question, is all for you.
Me?
Yeah.
Ooh.
All right.
I feel special.
So this question is, how much of your vision do you lose if you go blind in one eye?
Oh. All right.
A, you want me to give you ready?
Oh, yes, please.
Okay.
I mean, I know the answer, obviously, but, for everyone else, go ahead and read the answers if you don't mind.
All right. A, 50%. B, 10%. C, 35%. Or D, 20%.
All right. So, logically speaking, you would think 50%. But the eyes cross over. So a lot of the vision that you have with both your eyes, because it makes stereoscopic vision, it's actually crossing over for each other. So just because you lose one eye, it doesn't mean 50%. You still have that angle going across. So now we just have to do the math. The angle of the dangle of the eye.
Yikes.
So okay, it was 50, was it 30, did you say?
You got A, 50, B, 10.
Oh, 10.
C, 35, or D, 20. And Kylie says, nice. I did too about the talk the other night. Aaron said to tell you hello. And as for the question, Linda guessed A. Fred said, let's go C. And Kylie guessed C.
I'm going to say 20%, but I don't know what letter that is.
D.
D. Okay, I'm going to go with D. Because the periphery for the visual acuity for your eye is actually pretty wide. So taking that into account, gosh, I'm probably wrong.
Oh, it's fun to watch your brain work.
Or not work, yeah.
Okay, well, the answer is, in fact, D, 20%.
Oh, that's what I said. Yep. Nice. I mean,
very good.
Of course that's right. Well, cool. Okay, this is the way it went last week. I got the first one right, maybe the second, and then it was all downhill. Okay, we'll see.
It could be all downhill.
I know. We'll see. Nope, this week's my week. I can feel it.
All right, next question. Which famous person was the first to have a star laid on the Hollywood Walk of Fame?
Oh boy.
A, Elizabeth Taylor. B, Charlie Chaplin. C, Stanley Kramer. D, Burt Lancaster.
Oh, my word. Gosh. Well, you would think Charlie Chaplin because he's older, but when did they start it? And it was a Chinese theater, wasn't it? Where they started it?
I don't know.
Golly.
I mean, when do you think it... you want me to give you a clue as to when it started? Or what year it was laid on the...
Yeah, sure, please.
1960.
1960. Oh, okay. Well, it could have definitely... Well, but they could have been honoring, like, Charlie Chaplin from the past.
Well,
he was still around.
Yeah. Well, Fred said, howdy, my computer keeps freezing, so I'm still feeling it out here.
Well, howdy.
And he guesses B, Charlie Chaplin. Linda guessed Burt Lancaster, D. So...
I'm almost wondering, you said a Stanley Kramer?
Yeah.
I don't know who that is. I know they weren't in Kramer versus Kramer.
Kylie guessed B, Charlie Chaplin. And Barb guessed Joan Woodward. She's just putting her own answer out there.
Oh,
She's like, no.
I don't know. I would think Charlie or Elizabeth Taylor. Gosh. I mean, it seems like it would be Charlie Chaplin, but it could have been. I mean, but what I'm thinking too is Elizabeth Taylor was really big in the 60s, so was Burt Lancaster. So they might have been honoring... Oh, no, of course, this isn't Oscars. This is... Oh, my gosh.
Okay, you ready to make it down?
Yeah, okay. You know what? I'm going to say Charlie Chaplin. Why not? It's probably Elizabeth.
Okay, this is where it goes downhill for you.
Oh no.
The answer is Stanley Kramer.
Oh man. Kramer.
Yep, Stanley's star was laid on March 28th, 1960. He directed the films Inherit the Wind and Judgment at Nuremberg. So he was that's why you don't know who he was. He was a director.
The director. Oh, speaking of directors, I don't know if you guys have seen this, but what's it called, The Goes Wrong Show?
Oh gosh.
Holy moly. You gotta watch that Goes Wrong Show. That's hilarious.
Man. Yeah, it's on. If you go on, if you have, like, you know, Amazon like us or Alexa, just The Goes Wrong Show. It's a British. Oh, it's hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious.
It's so funny. It's like plays, but everything in the play goes wrong. But it's so good. Even our 13-year-old, he saw it and he started watching them again the next day. Like just rewatching them. They were so funny. But yeah.
Well, Barb says on February 9th, 1960, the official groundbreaking ceremony is held for the Hollywood Walk of Fame. The first star to be dedicated on the historic walkway belonged to the actress Joanne Woodward, an Academy Award winner for the Three Faces of Eve, 1957.
Nice.
All right.
Ooh.
Breaking out the facts.
That's an awesome.
So I don't know.
Drop.
I don't know. Mine just came from a trivia thing, so I don't know what. Maybe there was a different Walk of Fame. I don't know. Oh, and then she says I have to run. Love you guys. So thanks for joining us.
Have a great night.
Okay, so next, are you ready?
Maybe.
All right. First published in 1937, what novel includes the characters Mary, Old Took, and Bungo?
Oh, hold it. Old Took?
Uh-huh.
Oh my goodness. I did not read this.
All right, okay. A, Peter Pan. B, The Hobbit. C, Alice in Wonderland. Or D, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
Oh my word. Okay.
It's funny because all those choices could be any of them. Because they're just wacky books.
That's true. I didn't read The Hobbit, which I know is sacrilegious for a nerd. But Peter Pan, it was windy. Of course, there could have been a Mary. Did you say Mary?
Mary, Old Took, and Bungo.
Gosh,
Kylie guessed D, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
Bungo. I'm almost wondering if it's The Hobbit, just because I didn't read it. But is there a person named Mary in The Hobbit? Not in the cartoon.
Linda guessed D as well.
Old Took. Was Old Took the little, like the satyr guy that they first ran into?
I don't know.
I'm going to go with D too. I'm going to join the crowd.
Okay, well, let's see. Fred says, I love them all. It sounds hobbitish.
It does, doesn't it? It does. That's what I was thinking, The Hobbit. I don't know.
And then he says, but I'm going with A. Well, are you ready for the answer?
You know, I read The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, and I don't remember a Bungo. You know what? I'm going to go with Hobbit, because that could be a Hobbit or a dwarf or something. Yep, I'm going to go with the Hobbit.
Okay. The answer is The Hobbit.
Oh, thanks, Fred.
So Old Took was Bilbo Baggins' grandfather.
Oh.
And Bungo was his father.
Oh.
So.
Man, well.
Pretty crazy.
All right, so I got 2 right so far.
Yeah, way to go.
Thanks.
Yeah, Lion, the Witch, and Wardrobe was like my favorite book when I was little. I loved that one.
Oh, yeah.
And then The Hobbit, my brother made me read that one regardless. Like, didn't have a choice in the matter.
It's one of those books like The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe where ever after, every time you come across a wardrobe or a dresser like that, or armoire, you've got to reach through the clothes and just feel the back, don't you? I mean,
Yeah.
just to see.
Yep. Okay. Next question. Which planet in our solar system spins the fastest?
Okay. I think I know this.
A, Earth, B, Jupiter, C, Neptune, or D, Mercury?
Oh, actually, okay. I was thinking Mercury, but that has the shortest orbit, but I want to say it has some weird thing where it's always facing, like it only does once, like it's actually really slow. Even though it spins around the sun really fast, it's not orbiting, like it's locked in a little bit.
Fred said, "Ha, good job," about the last question.
Oh.
And Kylie's guessing B, Jupiter, and Fred's guessing D, right? Question mark.
Because you think it'd be going crazy. I'm thinking Neptune, because like maybe it's a little obloid, like it's actually like maybe a little bigger in the middle because it spins so fast. I'm gonna go with Neptune.
Okay.
Over a vague notion.
Well, Linda is just a question mark. Just.
And when you say spins so fast, you mean like around, like not going around the sun, but
right.
Just like, okay. Yeah, okay. Yep, I'm gonna say Neptune.
Okay.
King of the sea.
Okay, the answer is B, Jupiter.
Ooh, Jupiter. Oh, who guessed Jupiter?
Kylie.
Wait, wow. Way to
So
go.
Jupiter rotates in just under 10 hours.
Man, I
you
made a good
imagine?
grade in astronomy in college too, but nobody. I bet my astronomy professor has got rosy cheeks now. You should have taught me better.
Kylie said, "Yay!" Okay, so I think this is the last question. One of the best-selling music artists of all time, who wrote and recorded the songs "Here Comes My Girl" and "Refugee"?
Ooh.
Are you A, David Bowie, B, Tom Petty, C, Rod Stewart, or D, Bob Dylan?
Gosh, you know what, guys? Okay. I
feel
think
like you should know.
I think what Jackie is doing is she's giving us stuff and then they're tricky. She's giving us tricky ones. Okay, so "Refugee" was sung by Tom Petty, I think. Here comes my girl. I can hear him singing. Did he write it though? Is she trying to throw us a curveball? Because did Bob Dylan write it? Because he wrote a million songs. You know,
Well, Fred
or
says
did
these are
Tom
hard,
Petty
haha.
write it and sing it? Or did David Bowie
I
or
don't
Rod
know.
Stewart? Who knows what he's up to? God, this is a hard one. I'm gonna say Tom Petty because he sang it. I think. I mean, gosh, but did he write it? You know, actually, this is funny. In the last question, I took an astronomy in college, but I also took for an actual English credit a Bob Dylan class. But it was Bob Dylan is literature.
Well, did any of that pop up? And
No, it did not.
okay.
And I'm thinking that if it is Bob Dylan, that teacher should also be a little rosy cheek because he should have taught us that.
Well, Fred said B. He said the same thing as you. Sang the "Refugee," but did he write it? And then Kylie guessed B, and Fred said, "Yeah, I'm with John." So, what's your guess?
I'm gonna say B, and we'll just see how sly you are if you're trying to throw us a curveball. So, and also I've got 2 right. So if I get this one right, I've got more right than wrong. If I don't, then I've got more wrong than right. So this is a crucial question to decide how the rest of my entire week is going to go. More right or more wrong? Let's hope not. I'm gonna knock on wood right now.
Well, you are in fact correct. It is Tom Petty.
Yes.
I was not trying to pull one over, but yeah,
Wow.
Tom Petty. He was a member of the Traveling Wilburys, along with Bob Dylan, Roy Orbison, George Harrison, and Jeff Lynne.
Wow.
So
Well,
there you have it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and Fred just said that. Fred said, yeah, because Bob Dylan was in the Traveling Wilburys with Tom Petty. So,
Man.
all right, way to go.
Well,
Those were a little different. I will say, when I look for it, finding trivia questions is getting a little difficult because they're either too easy or too hard, and so it's like I'm trying to find ones that are like kind of in between. It's getting difficult.
we're just too smart for you. That's all it is.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Well, here, let me show this real quick, guys. I know we're gonna get out of here in just a minute. We'll let everybody get back to y'all's lives and stuff, and we'll stop bugging you. But But let me show you what I've been working on. Boop. Okay. So it looks very similar. I'm just adding purple in, and I'm doing light purples and dark purples. So really, I mean, that's kind of just what I'm doing right now. And I'm going to do that with the other feathers, but, you know, taking some of the other colors and just sort of slowly mixing the colors around. Just playing with it, having a little fun, experimenting with some color theory, seeing if I can make a really busy drawing, you know, work. So just having fun with it. But is there anything else that you wanted to tell everybody?
No. I mean, no. Fred said cool, fun stuff. Kylie says, you never bug us, John. We love you guys.
Oh,
so.
Thank you, Kylie.
Thanks again. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. It's been a pretty, busy week, but nothing too crazy. I mean, we did get fully vaccinated. And
Yeah,
you didn't
yeah.
have a reaction.
You did, yeah.
I did, a little
Yeah.
bit. I mean, just like your typical, like, chills, slight fever, but then headache, and it was gone the next day. So
Yeah, bless your heart. That was I didn't like that. You know what? I think we both thought that if either of us had a reaction, it probably would have been me.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
then of course, you know, that did throw us a curveball, and you ended up having one. Bless your heart, but you did bounce back really quick.
Yeah, and now I'm excited I can travel and go visit.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that too. And so next week I have a talk with the Amon Carter Museum, and then the week after that, I've got another talk, but with the governor's office here in Texas, doing a talk with them, and then the week after that is an actual art show in person.
Yeah.
But it's all COVID precautions and everything, so it's like a much reduced art show. With much reduced people and everything, but still, it's a legitimate out of the studio place. So that'll be interesting.
Out in the world.
Bam, bam, bam.
Well, Fred says, "Yep, you guys rock and stay safe still." And then Kylie says, "Come to Cali, LOL." So
yeah, heck yeah, man.
it is on the list for sure. But,
Yeah.
So
we're waiting to go to Comic-Con. We got the tickets for Comic-Con San Diego. And then right after the COVID thing hit, it was like, oh, we won the lottery thing, where you try to get the tickets, and we actually got them for all 4 days, and then bam. So we still have those tickets, but
yeah. So by the time we get to redeem those tickets, it'll probably be 2022, and it will have been a full decade since the last time I was able to go.
wow,
So I'm stoked.
once a decade. There you go.
Yeah, well, that's probably as often as you get into the lottery, but anyway, well, thanks for tuning in, guys, and Kylie says, can you show the frog? The frog? I think she meant the turtle again.
Yeah, here, let me see. Can you tell me when to stop? Is this it right here?
One more. That one.
So this is the turtle in its natural habitat.
In our driveway.
I want to get a red toboggan, and dress up like Jacques Cousteau, or the Life Aquatic. What's that guy's name? Gosh, I get it.
Oh man, I can't think of it.
Zizou.
Yeah.
Zizou.
Yeah.
Zizou? No. Steve Zizou? No.
I think so.
Is it?
I think so.
Yeah.
Something like
That's
that.
what we both need to get red toboggans.
And Glocks.
Yeah, Glocks and running shoes. and then we'll be good to go. Well, guys, thanks so much, and I appreciate you guys tuning in and hanging out with us. You made our night.
Yes, like, subscribe, all those fun things. We were actually one person away from having 1,000 subscribers on YouTube.
Oh,
So that's kind of cool.
that's cool.
So
Yeah.
share us with your friends.
Yeah, there we go. Woohoo.
Woo! See you next Tuesday.
Bye, guys.
Bye.